What's going on, guys? PiePop101 here. Today I'm going to be showcasing 7 Star Wars mods you absolutely need for Blade and Sorcery right now. So let's get started. For those of you that love Star Wars and don't know, Blade and Sorcery is the #1 Star Wars VR game only because of this one mod called the Outer Rim, made by Kingo. Basically, if we take a look at it, since it'll be the first mod on our list, not only does it have a crap ton of different combinations and customizations that you can do, but if we take a look at the mod itself in our book, you'll notice we can spawn in 143 different lightsabers from the Star Wars universe, 32 different colored kyber crystals, which we can actually add into our weapon. So, for example, if I take this lightsaber tool and spawn it into my hand here, and why don't we take this black kyber crystal, drop that sucker right there. Well, all you need to do is tap this. Notice our red crystal pops out just like that. We can grab our black, drop it right on, and if we press the spell button, we can literally make our own custom lightsabers. That's absolutely incredible. But for now, I want to be Darth Maul, so let's keep this the way it is. So aside from all of these base and custom lightsabers, we have 52 different Star Wars blasters, everything with the proper custom picture, along with a bunch of accessory items like fruits, bombs, grenades, controls, weapons, everything non-lightsaber related, and finally 147 different pieces of Star Wars clothing. Now, if this doesn't showcase how great of a Star Wars VR mod this is, I don't know what can. Considering it also has over 2 million total downloads, I'd say it's pretty great. And not to mention, if we go over to our trusty book right here, and we go past all of my Naruto and custom waves that I made, you guys will notice that there's even a bunch of Star Wars waves as well, which I gotta say, it's pretty awesome. So for example, if we wanted to spawn in some clone troopers right here, press start. Let's give them just a second to catch up with us. I don't know where they are. I'm sure we'll see them soon enough. And take a look at that. We're literally getting to fight stormtroopers. Although, let's be honest. Not much they can do against us anyways. And probably one of my favorite parts with these lightsabers, not only with this Darth Maul, if you press the spell button we can activate it, but if we hold the spell button we can also customize it so it only shoots out one. Not to mention, when we throw a saber and we hold the grip, we can use the force to bring our sabers back to us. Hey pal, come on. Oh, and we got his hand too. Nice. Oh, you got something you want to say? Well. We took off a leg with that one, and we got another hand. I mean, come on. This mod is absolutely incredible for a countless number of reasons, and it's so obvious to see all the hard work and dedication that's been put into it, because let's be honest, not many of us could make this for ourselves. Oh. Oh, really? You want to go in the water? You know, I just realized he has proper sound effects too. Didn't even know that. Hey, pal.
Concentrate fire on the target.
Oh, please. Stay down. And I love the fact that when they land in the water, there's also those particle effects too. Very, very well done. And obviously, this is one of the many maps in the pack. We're currently in Naboo, so let's stay tuned for the rest of it. But for now,
Get him.
hey, I'm actually gonna borrow you for a second. So the second mod on this list that I want to showcase to you guys is my telekinesis mod, Better Telekinesis, which obviously lets you use the force on any NPC that you want, but it's incredibly overpowered, so you really do feel like you have the force. I mean, come on, check this out. Just being able to pick up any enemy no matter what, and yeet them across the entire space, now that's fun. You know what? Can I actually activate this? Oh, I can. Man, there's more to this than even I thought. Alright, but let's equip that again. So, aside from the telekinesis mod, which not only lets you use the force on any NPC, any enemy, and move them around effortlessly, but one thing you can also do is if we use telekinesis on them with two at the exact same time, we can also rip off their limbs. Super, super easy and super fun. We go to our mod menu, we have the second one, which I always pair with it. It is called Always Telekinesis. So with it, instead of only being able to use telekinesis on enemies with the gravity spell equipped, let's say I'm using the fire spell as well. Using Always Telekinesis means you can still use telekinesis on enemies regardless of what spell you have equipped. Let's be honest, guys. We can use telekinesis on items at any point in time, but it just makes sense to be able to use it on NPCs as well, right? You have anything to say? Oh, and he's back up? Hold on. I love the fact that it electrocutes them too. Absolutely awesome. Okay, now aside from telekinesis, because yeah, it's super cool, yeah, we get to use the Force, but what I really want to showcase is, let's do a one-on-one. What I'm looking for is fighting some Jedi. So I believe it's a Jedi boss fight, and if we go all the way down, we should be able to find it. And for now, I'm just going to do Jedi ambush and fight 3 of them at the exact same time. I think that's good enough. What I really want to showcase is the 4th mod on this list, which is Better AI. So by default, it's at 1.3. I'm going to set it to 0.5 right now. And let's use telekinesis to get rid of these NPCs for a second so I can showcase the real powers of Better AI. So as you guys will notice, fighting these NPCs, they are a heck of a lot slower than they normally are. That way, it's a bit easier to fight them. Combat, so much easier. For those of you that need to practice or struggle with super fast NPCs, this is the mod for you, because not only can you customize how slow they become, but you can also make them so much faster using the... Oh man, we got his head too. You can also customize how fast they are. So, if I wanted to set the speed to, let's do 2 times. And you know what? I'm going to get rid of both of you just so I can showcase this, and then you as well. So now that you guys have seen it at 0.5 speed, notice, look how quick they are. Just watch this. Oh gosh, I'm not even going to use my lightsaber. Just check this out. Absolutely lightning fast attacks, super erratic. And for those of you that want to try this out, it gets all very, very tough to fight these enemies. So what I'd recommend is honestly leaving it at the base value of 1.3, but you can of course customize it to be whatever you like. Alright, pal. And of course, using the Force and telekinesis to pull them right to you, stabbing through them with the lightsaber is one of my favorite parts of this mod. Or I guess anything, because let's be honest, lightsabers, regardless of the color, regardless of what saber it is, they're awesome. Okay, but back to the mods now. So we've gone over all those, including Better AI now. The next one that we have that I want to showcase is, of course, Fast Weapon Handling. Now, normally with super large weapons, like if we go over to our book right here, and we get something like, oh, I don't know, the Claymore. It's a humongous weapon and even hard to swing with 2 hands. Well, with this, you can now easily swing it one-handed. Now, this makes it so much easier and so much better to fight enemies with lightsabers, because now you can easily just slash through them, no issues at all. And I gotta say, I'm just realizing that there are these little particles that come off the blade too. Wow. The attention to detail is actually stunning. So when it comes to fighting enemies, regardless of the saber that you have, you can easily fight them. I mean, let's be real. Yeah. And of course, fast weapon handling is completely customizable in our book right here. Now, aside from fast weapon handling, one that I want to showcase that is not one of mine is the Time Lord. So, basically, if you press the trigger and the spell button at the exact same time, you are no longer in slow-mo. Everything else around you is in slow motion except your character. Notice how quick I'm still able to move my hands, and I'm at 0.5 speed right now. So, for example, if we want to spawn in an enemy to come fight us right here, check this out. Normal slow-mo is like this. But now we get to use Time Lord. And just check this out. Enemies are still super slow. Same thing with everything else around us, yet we can easily fight them with no problem at all. And I can honestly say, guys, using all of these mods in combination just makes combat in Blade and Sorcery so much more fun. Especially when we get to use something as beautiful as the Darksaber to absolutely obliterate any enemies that get in our way. Hooah! Oh my gosh. And fast weapon handling just makes this even more amazing, just because we're able to fight with so much more efficiency. Okay. Oh, got you now. Come on. See that? Right through the chest. Nothing better than that. And last but not least, one of the most important mods that has been somewhat recently made that I decided to add to this list is called, if we take a look, Better Performance. Basically, the Outer Rim is a humongous mod. It can cause a lot of lag and a lot of issues for many people, regardless of how good their gaming PC or laptop is. It's one of the reasons why I created a mod like this, where it can decrease the amount of particles, change the screen size, remove creatures as soon as you kill them, or based on a timer at the very least, remove all items as soon as waves start, and things like that. Now, don't get me wrong, the Outer Rim is absolutely incredible, and honestly, there are a ton more incredible mods. Like, for example, we have Trials of the Shinobi, my brand new Avatar mod, even this NPC spawner. Great mods. But the issue with it is that sometimes all these particles, as you can see in this, they cause a lot of lag. So the best part that I can say about Better Performance is if you turn on particle amount decrease and you have it set to enable, it actually cuts particles, the total amount of them, in half. And for particles where it's even more than the usual amount, it cuts them into a quarter. For example, I know you guys have tried out our Meteor spell by merging two fireballs. You know how much lag this explosion causes, right? Notice, we have a normal explosion there, but absolutely no lag. Well, why is that? That's because particle amount decrease is on, and for some reason they decided to make it with so many different particles that Better Performance cuts it into a quarter of the current amount. So we can easily do that as many times as we want. Now, yes, maybe this isn't a Star Wars mod in itself, but it is a quality of life mod that I absolutely had to include in this. But honestly, guys, those are all 7 mods that I wanted to showcase to you and show off. They are absolutely essential if you want to get the best possible Star Wars experience in Blade and Sorcery. And being completely honest with you all for a second, they are absolutely essential regardless, because if you want to have fun playing and fighting all these NPCs, these are the mods you want to get. But that's it. So if you guys liked this video, please give a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. Thanks for watching.